And I don't think he. I think they say he was locked up in Douglas County or something.
Ms. Champion.
Yes, Judge Morrow, I thought you was doing it virtual. I'm on my way down to the courtroom.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well this morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning, Judge.
Hi.
It's good to see
Good
you.
morning, Judge.
I'm here.
Judge, just before we begin, this is Rose Woodbury from the Public Defender's Office. Ms. Jenks and I are requesting a breakout room with the court and Solicitor Walker at a time that's convenient for the court.
Okay.
And that's
this is
regarding Brittany Fagan.
what position is that?
It is position 9.
Okay. Can we just go ahead and do that now?
Yes, and
That
just so
sounds
the
great.
court is aware, Miss Allen is the victim and she is present on the line.
Okay, it looks like we're back. We're having some computer problems here in the courtroom. Let's see. I think the last we were waiting to be placed into a breakout room, myself, Ms. Jenks, Mr. Walker, and
Miss
Ms.
Woodbury.
Woodbury.
Yeah, thank you, Judge.
oh yes, and Ms. Woodbury.
Hey, Norris. This Officer Duffy, can you hear me?
Go ahead, I hear you.
Okay.
Hey, Duffy.
Now I'll just figure out what's going on. I ain't see nobody.
They're in the breakout.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you, man.
No problem.
Okay, it's taken a bit of time. Courtroom 2, we have position number 9, I believe, Ms. Fagan. I'm not sure if she's going to be with us at ACDC this morning. But when they do come on and when they're ready, I need to have counsel go into a breakout room with Ms. Fagan. So if I'm not sure if you're ready or not, but as soon as ACDC is ready or wherever Ms. Fagan is, let's get that accomplished if we could.
Okay, she's at ACDC, Your Honor.
Okay, I thought so. Thank you. So good morning, everyone. Sorry that we've taken a bit of time to get going this morning. We were dealing with another issue. Who do we have before us now?
We have the add-on position, Your Honor, Mr. Hughley.
Okay. What are we doing with Mr. Hughley today?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Hughley. He was reset from Tuesday because he was downtown in error. I didn't receive an offer today, but the offer was time served on Tuesday. So if Mr. Walker wants to do this for the criminal trespass charge, we can go forward with that.
Yeah, the offer will be the same. Just if I could have 1 second, I'll get the stay away address pulled up. I'm sorry.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And was he on the main SAP calendar from Tuesday?
Yes. And I do have the stay away address, but if you want to verify it, I understand.
Second, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
PD Dodes, if you could just put it in the chat for me, I would appreciate it. But I do recall the case and I do recall it being a time served offer. So it'll be time served, balance suspended with a stay away from the instant location, Your Honor.
Okay, so for our paperwork, we're gonna need how much time that is and what that address is.
I'm putting the address in the chat and it should be serve 17 days, credit for 17 days.
Okay,
Thank you so much, PD Dodes.
My
thank
pleasure.
you. Good morning, Mr. Hughley. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is time served of 17 days, balance suspended with a stay away from 1959 Lakewood Avenue. I believe that's an Exxon gas station.
Okay, Mr. Dutters?
Yes, Your Honor, that's our understanding of the offer. I communicated that to my client and we stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea.
Yeah, Mr. Hughley, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001014E, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and if by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes. Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Hughley. Good luck to you. You know you can't go back to that Exxon, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Position 20, Mr. Price.
Mike. No, that's done with.
Your head again.
Duffy, McLeod needs to speak to him.
Okay,
Yes,
good morning,
good
Ms.
morning.
Good morning, Ms. McLeod. I guess we can get you to call courtroom, to,
No,
Yes.
he has to, the jail phone has to call her.
oh, okay, he's on the jail phone. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
I'll
I'm
give-
available.
Okay, is your number in the chat, Ms. McLeod, so that they, or?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay, so if we can get you all to, to communicate, and we'll go back, I guess, to courtroom 2.
Yes, Your Honor. We have position number 2, Mr. Marquis Boozer. Oh, that's.
That's Mr. Cobb's case also.
That's also mine.
Can we take care of that?
We can do him now, Your Honor. Mr. Boozer was arraigned on Tuesday, and he
Okay.
was want to have a jury trial.
Okay, so he's already been arraigned, not guilty. So, Mr. Boozer, your case is going to be reset. We'll notate your not guilty plea. The case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, sir.
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 6, Mr. Nathan Sayers.
This is a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor. After speaking to Mr. Sires this morning, he would request to enter a plea of nolo contendere. If the court would allow it, he has not entered a plea of nolo in the past 5 years, and this is a non-violent offense.
Any objection, Ms. Lewis? Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. No objection.
Okay. Mr. Stias, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days with the balance suspended, and to stay away from 232 Forsyth Street Southwest.
Mr. Dotis?
Yes, Your Honor. That's our understanding, and we stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea.
Mr. Stias, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001050Y, you wish to plead nolo to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading nolo to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you to plead nolo?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the nolo plea as negotiated, Mr. Zayas. Good luck to you, sir.
Next, Your Honor, we're gonna go to position number 10, Mr. Demario Franklin. He has a private attorney, Ms. Beverly Taylor.
Good morning, Beverly Taylor for Mr. Franklin.
Good morning, Ms. Taylor. Let's see, what are we gonna do with Mr. Franklin this morning?
Judge, I would actually like to check, because I need to get the entry filed in. What, can we reset him like for 1 week or something?
I'm happy to do that, but you do understand that Mr. Franklin has a time served plea, and would be, if he's gonna take the plea, he'd be getting out of custody today. Does he have anything else holding, unless he has something else holding him?
And he does, Judge, but
Okay.
would the state allow a no-low on that?
State has no objection, Your Honor.
Okay, Judge, if I could speak to Mr. Franklin in a breakout room quickly, and let me kind of explain things to him.
Okay, I think you're gonna need to go to call them, Ms. Taylor. Do you have that number?
No, I do not, Judge. Is it in the chat?
Ms. Taylor, if you have a pen ready,
Yes.
call
Okay.
404-612-2392. That's 404-612-2392.
All right. I'm calling it now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, if you'll hold for my announcement.
Okay, will do.
We can go to position 20 again.
Okay. And what are we gonna do with Mr. Price?
Your Honor, he was not arraigned the last time, so he should be arraigned, and we're requesting a jury trial.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Price. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Mr. Price, you've been charged in case 23 CR 0000302A with one misdemeanor offense. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Ms. McLeod?
I do, Your Honor.
How do you plead, Mr. Price, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. McLeod. Who do we have next?
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 21, Mr. Justin Foley.
This is going to be a negotiated plea.
It is.
Let's see. Good morning, Mr. Pulley. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Ms. Bickerstaff, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. The state's offer is going to be 12 months to serve 271 days, credit for time served 136 days, balance probated. We're offering a SDET, a no further contact with Ms. Precious Williams, and a stay away order at the Lenox MARTA station.
Okay, and good morning, Mr. McLean.
Good morning. Ready here?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. He asked the court to accept his negotiated plea of guilty. It certainly stipulates the necessary elements, Your Honor. One of those conditions of probation is, as we know, rather expensive. We would ask the court to give him a financial break on the probation fee.
Is he working, Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, he has another case in which he'll be going to a program, and I don't know if that particular program has employment as part of it. He'll be in it for several months, and we've discussed how he'll have to get this done at the same time.
Okay, my question was, does he have a job?
I don't believe he does at this time.
I'm an electrician with the union, Your Honor, with the local IBEW.
He can get one there. Right.
I will be working through the program.
So the program you're going to encompasses employment while you're in it?
Yes, sir.
That's great.
After a couple months.
After a couple of months, it's step 2 or something like that.
Okay. Anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe Ms. Precious Williams is on the Zoom call, so I would like to sound for her.
Ms. Williams, if you are with us and you desire to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. You do not, of course, have to address the court, but if you would like to, I will have to, you have to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I'll have to swear you in. Okay, it doesn't appear that, Ms. Williams, do you wish to address the court?
I am here, but I don't wish to address the court.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Williams. We appreciate you being here. If nothing further, Mr. Pulley, it's my understanding that in case 19 CR 007907J, you wish to plead guilty to one misdemeanor offense, public drunkenness, obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and certain acts on a bus, rail station that are prohibited. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I understand, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. Pulley. I'll waive 2 months of probation fees to help you get and stay on your feet. And good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, can we go back to position number 10, Mr. DeMario Franklin?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, and what are we going to do with Mr. Franklin today? And that's it.
Judge, we're ready for a plea of the case.
Okay. And that's gonna be a no-low plea, is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Good morning.
I think the state's office allowing her to plead no low, time served, balance suspended.
No, was that what I have is
Balance is probated.
right, balance probate, a $500 fine on the fleeing and a defensive driving on the reckless.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, I thought it was balance suspended. He's been in jail for some time. Judge, let's reset this to give me time to really get with the state about the case.
Okay. Let's see. Reset for a week.
All right. And who's representing the state?
Miss Lewis is here.
I am today, Your Honor. There may be a different ASG next week.
Okay, so I just need to check with your office to see who's handling it next week.
Yes.
Attorney Taylor, you can email me at ian.walker@fultoncountyga.gov. I'll put it in the chat for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And give me the case number again, Judge.
23 CR 001084Y.
Okay, that way, Judge, I can go ahead and get my entry filed in today.
Okay, very good. And
Thank you.
if he is going to enter the plea next week, if you can already have the paperwork prepared, that'll help us move along.
All right, Judge, I'll get out of there from the state. Thank you.
Very good. Have a good day, Ms. Taylor.
You too, Judge.
You also, Mr. Franklin. Who do we have next?
Next, Your Honor, we have position number three, Mr. Boyd, John Lee Boyd.
And what's the announcement on Mr. Boyd?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe this will be a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Boyd. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, you put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Boyd. Ms. Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer is 12 months to serve 365 days. Credit for time served 212 days.
Okay.
All right.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes, Your Honor, that's my understanding of the offer. I did communicate to my client. I did tell him that this was the maximum they could offer him with his jail time, that he would not have probation after this. I don't think there's a need to put balance suspended on this, but I do want to clarify that or make sure that Mr. Boyd is aware that he will not be on probation so that his concerns are addressed.
Okay. Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea.
All right. Mr. Boyd, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001133J, you wish to plead guilty to entering an auto or other motor vehicle with intent to commit a theft or felony. Is that correct?
And Your Honor, I believe this was downgraded to a theft by taking.
Okay. Is that correct, Ms. Lewis?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. It's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking. Is that correct?
Sir, yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir, yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Boyd. Good luck to you, sir.
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 11, Mr. Demetrius Holt.
Good morning, Mr. Holt. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, Mr. Holt. Ms. Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer is 12 months to serve 24 days, credit for time served 12 days with the balance suspended, and to stay away from 1112 Ponce de Leon Avenue Northeast.
Adonis?
Yes, Your Honor, that's my understanding of the offer. I communicated that to my client. It's my understanding that ending after continued communications, would like to enter a plea of guilty, correct? Yes, sir. Thank you. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea.
Okay, Mr. Holt, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001065C, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Holt. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Next, Your Honor, we have position number 13, Mr. Michael Marshall.
What's the announcement on Mr. Marshall?
Yes, Your Honor. After speaking with my client, we are going to waive arraignment and enter a plea of not guilty today.
Okay, you're gonna file a written waiver, Mr. Davis?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'll send that to Ms. Champion as soon as I get out of the courtroom.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Marshall, your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck, sir.
Thanks. Next, sir. Next, Your Honor, we have position 14 through 16, Jamal McLean.
So, two negotiated pleas and a null process, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Positions 14 and 16 are negotiated. No problem. Position 15.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. McLean. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
Can you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McLean. You can put your hand down. Ms. Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor. For position 14, the offer is 14 months to serve, 29 days, credit for time served, 29 days with the balance suspended, and to stay away from 235 Peachtree Street Southwest, which is the Garnett train station. That is to run concurrent with position 16. And the offer in position 16 is 12 months to serve, 17 days with the balance suspended. The stay away location is the same as position 14, 235 Peachtree Street Southwest.
Okay, Mr. Davis?
Yes, Your Honor. That's our understanding of the offer. I communicated that to my client, and we stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and the circumstances.
Okay, thank you. Give me just one moment. Okay, I'm sorry. Anything further, Mr. Davis?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Again, we do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea, if I did not say so earlier.
I'm sorry, say the last part again.
We just stipulate to the three elements. I just wanted to clarify in case I did not say it earlier before.
Okay. Very good. Mr. McLean, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004968D, you wish to plead guilty to fair evasion, criminal trespass, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. And in case 22 CR 004106D, you wish to plead guilty to fair evasion, criminal trespass, and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. McLean. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Good luck, sir.
Position 12, Mr. Houston.
This is also a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor. Because the balance is probated, we would request to waive Mr. Houston's probation fees and switch him over to non-reporting status upon completion of the anger management program. I'm providing Mr. Houston with some resources for housing and finding a job, but we would request the court to help him get on his feet while he transitions out of hopefully landing on his feet and finding stable housing.
Does Mr. Houston have employment?
No, Mr. Houston's up there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Houston, are you currently employed?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Is he looking for a job? Or will you be looking for a job when you get out, Mr. Houston?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've prepared paperwork to give Mr. Houston for resources, as well as I spoke with Gateway and our successes with that program yesterday. So hopefully they'll be able to help Mr. Houston with placement.
Okay. Ms. Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer is 12 months to serve 32 days, credit for time served 16 days with the balance probated, to stay away from 2900 Landrum Drive, no further contact with either victim, and the victims in this case are Geraldine Clark and Anthony Thomas, BHEP, and 8 weeks of anger management.
Any objection to non-reporting once the terms are complete?
No objection, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Dotis?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We just stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea.
Okay. Mr. Houston, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001032J, you wish to plead guilty to terroristic threats and acts, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and another count of terroristic threats and acts. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, sir. Did I have you can you raise your right hand for me?
Right. No.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Houston. And you do wish to plead guilty to these 3 charges. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. Houston. I'm going to waive 3 months of the probation fees. That should give you enough time to get the conditions completed. And once you do complete those conditions, then it's going to go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get this done, the better off for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Houston.
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 17, Mr. Pierce. Position number 17.
Okay. And this is also going to be a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Pierce. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose counter that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. You can put your hand down. Ms. Bickerstaff.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer is 12 months to serve 23 days, the credit for time served 23 days, the balance suspended in a stay away order until September 29th, 2023 at the train station, Your Honor.
Is there a particular train station?
Yes, hold on 1 second. Mr. Jodas, if you, or I'm sorry, Mr. McLean, if you see that, do you mind? It might be a little bit quicker than I have right now.
I think I've got it over here.
Okay.
That would be at 641 West Peachtree Street.
Okay,
Is that the North Avenue station? It's North Avenue. Yeah, I think it is. It's the one nearest the varsity.
okay, Mr. McLean?
Yes. Your Honor, he does ask the court to accept that negotiated plea of guilty and sentence him according to the terms he is making. He stipulates to all necessary elements and looks forward to being out.
Mr. Pierce, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 0000921H, you wish to plead guilty to certain acts on a bus, rail station prohibited and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. Pierce. You understand you can't go back to that North Avenue station until September 29th or after September 29th, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Position 28. Mr. Turner.
Okay. And this is going to be an arraignment this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Turner. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? And can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Turner?
Right.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Turner, you've been charged in case 19 CR 004125Y with simple battery family violence. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. McLeod?
We do. McLean, all right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. McLean, excuse me.
That's okay. Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. How do you plead, Mr. Turner? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
I'll record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, sir. Who do we have in courtroom 2?
Sitting here is Mr. Cornelius Richardson.
Okay. Mr. Cornelius Richardson is position number 22 on the calendar.
Yes.
And let's see. And this is going to be an arraignment also.
Your Honor, 22 and 34, I need to change my announcement on 22 and 34. Instead of not guilty, it's negotiated plea. Meant to interject that earlier.
Okay, you're fine. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Richardson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, so the state's offer is 12 months to serve 30 days. credit for time. He's currently already served 15 days, balance probated, a 12-week anger management course, no further contact with Jessica Evans, and a stay away order at the 2020 Lee Street, Lakewood MARTA train station, that parking lot area.
Mr. McLean,
Your Honor, he does stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification, and ask the court to accept that negotiated plea of guilty according to the terms of the state as just mentioned.
okay. Mr. Richardson, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001031E that you wish to plead guilty to battery in a public transit vehicle or station, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Richardson. When you complete the terms of the probation, it will go to a non-reporting status. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, outside of the terms of negotiation, let me mention also, if I may, the 12-week anger management is, a bit expensive compared to even a 6. So if the court could give him a break for a couple of months on the probation, that would be super.
Does he have a job?
Yes, he does.
Okay, yeah, if he's working, then I think that he should be able to complete these terms and within this 12-week period and be off of probation very quickly. So,
You're correct, Your Honor. He should be off pretty quickly.
Okay, so
Thank
it'll go to a non-reporting status when he's off, and he should be able to get through it quickly. So the quicker you get this done, Mr. Richardson, the quicker you won't be on probation and won't have to won't be on reporting probation. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Bye.
Next, we have position 23 and 24. Mr. Aaron Richardson.
That's a not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Richardson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Richardson. You've been charged in case 19 CR 007596E with battery family violence, and in case 23 CR 000801E with battery family violence. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. McLean?
We do. We have read them.
How do you plead, Mr. Richardson? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, Your Honor, we have position 34, Mr. Deontay Wilson.
And that is the negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay.
Our ASL interpreter is here, so I'll need a breakout with him or her and the defendant with you.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Was that a yes? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. You can put your hand down. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, the state's offer is 12 months to serve 30 days. Credit for time served 15 days. His balance suspended in a stay away order at 1890 Myrtle Drive, Southwest in apartment 115.
Mr. McLean?
Certainly, he stipulates, Your Honor, to the 3 necessary elements and asks the court to accept this negotiated plea of guilty for that suspended sentence, and he will stay away.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001062C, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Was that a yes?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and if by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Wilson. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, we're just waiting for the jail iPhone to reach the other floors.
Okay,
With-
and is ACDC gonna come on with us this morning?
I was just gonna ask Judge.
I'm actually going, jail court's iPhone is on now, and I'm going to call ACDC right now.
Okay, we appreciate it.
No problem.
And who do we have on the jail court's iPhone?
Position 5, Mr. Cheney.
Okay. And this is gonna be, is this gonna be an arraignment, Mr. Dotis?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'll file that paperwork as soon as I get back to the office. We did want to address bond as well.
Ms. Champion, do we have this bond? And let's see, who do we have on from pretrial? Ms. Jackson, good morning. Do we have position number 5, Mr. Cheney's history for me?
The defendant has one prior cycle. It was October the 19th, 2017 in Fulton County for a charge associated with the CWAC and theft by taking. Those charges were dismissed on November the 23rd, 2022. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And do we have his current bond?
I'm showing he has a current 50,000 surety bond, Your Honor.
It was originally over in the complaint room. I'm about to print it out for you.
Okay. Okay, what are the facts, Ms. Lewis?
So officers responding to a harassing communications call and met with the minor victim's mother. The mother's name is Keisha Stafford at the Butner precinct in South Fulton. Stafford stated that her daughter, who is Kyla Tinch, had been receiving several harassing and sexual text messages from the defendant. The messages began in September 22 via Instagram, where the defendant was able to find the victim's phone number. Throughout the span of these messages, the defendant has harassed and attempted to coerce the victim into having sex with him. The victim, throughout the messages, consistently told the defendant that she wanted to be left alone. She did not want to have sex and that she was a minor, but the defendant persisted. The defendant even went as far as to find the victim's address and text her stating that he knew what kind of cars were in her driveway. And in one of the messages, the defendant stated that, "Give me what I want or else." We were able to speak with the victim's mother, Ms. Stafford, and she stated that her daughter is really having a difficult time from this. She since deleted her IG account, but the defendant was able to find the new account and continued harassing her. He also found her Twitter account. The defendant knows where they live. Excuse me. And all these incidents have put the family in an uncomfortable state. The defendant's mother stated that the victim has went through depression, shame, and guilt, and has also hurt herself, and that their 7-year-old son was scared because they didn't know if the defendant would be arrested. And the mother is afraid to let the victim go out right now because they're just not sure what this man will do. I believe she is on the line, the victim's mother, if we'd like to sound for her. And I'm not comfortable putting their addresses on the line, but whenever we do address our recommendations, we want to stay away from all of their locations.
Okay, and what's the mother's name?
The mother's name is Keisha Stafford.
Ms. Stafford, if you are on the line with us, now is your opportunity to address the court if you choose to. If you do choose to address the court, you'll have to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I'll have to swear you in. Okay, I don't see her, Ms. Lewis. And what's the state's recommendation?
The state's recommendation is keep the bond the same at the 50,000 surety bond. We have a very serious concern that if this defendant would be able to get out, that he would cause some kind of harm or continue to harass this minor victim. And Your Honor, just in addition, his previous case, even though it was dismissed, I won't say the charge out loud, but it's concerning this defendant's history.
I'm sorry, say it again, Ms. Lewis.
We're concerned with this defendant's history.
Okay. Mr. Daughters?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Cheney, oh, excuse me, if I could first sound for Alfred Cheney Sr. I thought I saw him on the iPhone, but if not, that's Mr. Cheney's father. I spoke with him yesterday. He's going to try to make it on Zoom. You could just sound for him.
And that's Alfred Cheney Sr.?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I saw someone on an iPhone earlier. Mr. Cheney, if you're on a line with us, you'll need to activate your camera and unmute yourself if you'd like to address the court. Okay, I'm not sure if he's on or not, Mr. Daughters.
Understood, Your Honor. Just wanted to check. Yes, Mr. Cheney is 23 years old and has been stuck in custody for the past 64 days on a $50,000 surety bond that he cannot afford to pay. I've spoken with his father, Alfred Cheney Sr. I spoke with him last night. I provided him with the Zoom information. I know he's currently at the shop working, and I was hoping he could step away to show family support, but I have been in good communication with him. And he did provide me with some information about his son, who I also spoke with yesterday. Mr. Cheney is a lifelong resident of the state of Georgia, and I do have a stable address that I did verify with his father, so I do not believe he'll be a flight risk. And I'm happy to provide that address in the chat. I have steady phone numbers and emails, so I don't think contact will be an issue. As stated, the previous case involving this was dismissed, but we do understand, and I was clear with Mr. Cheney, and he understands that there can be no further contact and stay away with the alleged victims, as well as any other conditions that Your Honor would put in place to ensure that the alleged victims do feel safe, including a curfew, ankle monitor, whatever this court sees fit to allow Mr. Cheney out and be a part of his defense. At this time, he does maintain his innocence, and he also has a job with Amazon, working in the warehouse, and he believes that this time he can return and keep providing for his family if given the opportunity. He also is trying to get his GED. So we, if that wanted to be a condition added, he would welcome that. And after speaking with the father, we're just asking for $10,000 surety bond that I think would be appropriate to allow Mr. Cheney the opportunity to make bonds. And again, he is clear on the conditions. He is clear on the seriousness of these charges. And we welcome any conditions that Your Honor would put in place to ensure the safety of the alleged victims.
Okay. Have you seen the previous bond order, Mr. Douglas?
I spoke with the attorney that handled it, but I'm not sure if I believe I glanced at it. I can't remember the specifics, but I'm happy to pull it up now.
Okay. So, well, anything further, Ms. Lewis?
No, Your Honor. Just one thing, for the stay away conditions, I'll put the address in the chat to Ms. Champion, but we're asking to stay away from the defendant, the victim's home and her school, but I'll add those addresses in the chat to Ms. Champion.
Okay. Let's see, the previous bond order, in addition to the 50 straight, says defendant to be fitted with an ankle monitor upon release. That condition will go into the modified order. To have no contact directly or indirect. And Mr. Douglas, I asked if we have it because I want you to track this language specifically that's in the previous bond order that might not be in the ones that we normally put. You to have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim, victim's family, professional, personal or close associates by phone, mail, email, or through third party, including at victim's workplace, church, home, and daycare. If you encounter the victim, you must leave immediately and you must not come within 200 yards of the victim. It lists the victim's names, Ms. Tish Stafford. Also additional conditions, no social media, 24-hour curfew, exceptions as follows: work, job interviews, medical appointments, court appointments, and meeting with attorney. If he does get a job, he can go to and from work. And if he does enroll in a GED, or these are additional, if he does enroll, he should actively seek to enroll in a GED course to get his GED. With all of those conditions, I will accept your request for modification to a $10,000 good bond. And it's your representation, Mr. Dodas, that he's going to be living with his father?
Yes, Your Honor. And as stated, I did have communication directly with Alfred Cheney Sr. And I'm happy to put that address that Alfred Sr. sent me in the chat if needed.
Okay, so if you would put that address on the order also that he's to live with his father, Alfred Cheney Sr. Okay.
Good, Your Honor, and I will CC ASG Lewis on that bond order, so we are all clear on the address and stay away.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Good luck to you, Mr. Cheney.
Position 25, 26, and 27. Go back.
These are all going to be arraignments.
That's correct, Your Honor. These three positions are not guilty, and we will waive the formal reading.
Let's see. Good morning, Mr. Smith. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Smith. You have been charged in case 23 CR 001049H with simple battery family violence. In case 26 and in case 23 CR 001051H with simple battery family violence and theft by taking. And in case 23 CR 001052H with battery family violence. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. It's my understanding, Mr. McLean, that you're going to waive formal reading of the accusations. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
How do you find, Mr. Smith? How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty to it, sir, Your Honor.
It's my understanding, Mr. Smith, that you're going to plead not guilty to these charges this morning.
Yeah, I was plead not guilty to the conviction.
I might need to speak to him. That is my understanding. He's pleading not guilty.
Let's get him back on the line. iPhone, jail court's iPhone, you're going in. I don't know if you can hear me, but you're going in. They're not able to hear you. Are you back with me, Mr. Smith? Can you hear me?
Say it again, Judge.
Can you hear me, Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, it's my understanding.
Yes, yeah.
It's my understanding that you were going to plead not guilty to these charges this morning. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I'm pleading not guilty.
Okay.
I didn't say nothing about it.
Okay, so we're going to record your not guilty plea, and your case is going to be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date. Okay. Good luck to you, sir.
I'll mention, Your Honor, bond is moved this time.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck, sir. Let's see. It appears that we don't have anyone that we can take right now.
Your Honor, I do need to do that breakout with the ASL interpreter and my client at some point.
I understand.
And Judge, we still need a breakout with Miss Fagan.
Yes, and Officer Milton sent a chat that she just finished with Judge Edwards's court and she's on her way to get the females now. So as soon as she gets back, we'll put you in the breakout room, Ms. Jenks, first with your client, and then we'll handle the rest of the matters.
Thank you. And Ms. Woodbury in the breakout room. Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. I did receive the last minute request to log on, so I apologize for being tardy, but that's when I was notified. And I do have another hearing that starts at 11:30. I just wanted to make the court aware of that.
Okay. We'll make sure we get you. We'll make sure we get you out of here by 11:30. We appreciate you being able to assist us this morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
On such short notice. Thank you. So as soon as we get the inmate who needs the interpreter, we'll put you into a breakout room.
Excellent. Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, by the way, could Mr. Walker call me at 2:23:92, please?
Okay, so we will be in recess until someone joins us.
We'll get it already. Shimon Theater, the day suspended, sent to stay away from the Frank. Yeah, I talked with him about that. I think they did. He's out. That means come back here. He's out. He's out here making it out. He was very, very sick. Among the none, why was it? This misdemeanor is complete all the way, because it's time served, jail portion is time served. The remaining portion.
Courtroom number 2, you are not on mute.
Okay, who do we have at 3 South?
We have Mr. Perry, Anthony Perry, position 18 and 19.
Okay, thank you.
I think he needed interpreter, sign language.
That's correct, ASL interpreter.
Okay, so can we, I guess put you all into a breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor, for the moment, there are no inmates in our room with us, so we could do a breakout by the laptop. It'll be Angelo Dotis.
I'm using my laptop.
Oh, well then, we could do the breakout right here.
Right, since nobody's there, so let's just put courtroom 2, 3 South, and the interpreter
So
into
good.
a breakout room.
Hey,
And-
Your Honor. I'm back.
Okay, good morning, Officer Milton. The first, Officer Milton, the
Yes,
first
sir.
person that I need a breakout room with one of the inmates and with counsel here. So tell me
They can call, who is it?
Brittany Fagan. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning. You can call 404
Oh.
865 8122.
But what do you mean call?
Oh, do you
Is
want
that for us to call? No, we
If you
need a
wanna-
breakout room with her.
Okay.
Okay, so if we can put Ms. Jenks, Ms. Woodbury, and South Annex 1 into a breakout room, please.
Thank you, Judge.
Mhm.
Give me a moment. I'm taking care of it now.
Okay, thank you. And again, we'll be in recess until someone rejoins us.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, is this jail court's iPhone?
It is. I can do another case if you want me to. I have the iPhone as well as the computer. They doing the breakout session with the interpreter right now.
Okay.
Is anybody else?
No, we don't have anyone else. Everyone else will be in a breakout room. So.
Okay. Okay, I'll
So
wait.
as soon as they get out of a breakout room, we'll be ready for you.
Okay.
And we're still trying to get Ms. Jenks and Ms. Woodbury into a breakout room.
All right.
I think she might have just set up one breakout room at a time. When I'm looking at her breakout room, let me call her and see.
Hey there, Judge. So they just put me in a breakout room with the sign interpreter and Mr. McLean.
We're trying to get it together, Ms. Jenks.
Oh, okay. I'm always up for a trip, Judge. I'd rather be to Hawaii, than,
Right. Sometimes you just have those days where it's like walking uphill in mud.
We
But
know all about this, Judge, and can relate.
we'll get through it. Okay, looks like we have courtroom 2 back. Are we ready?
This is the interpreter speaking. I don't believe the attorney was done, but I may be.
Okay, you all.
Yeah, I think she has.
Right, we're wrapping up. It will be another.
Excuse me, Judge. We're gonna put them all back in the breakout room. We didn't have room set up, so just work with us. We're gonna put you all back in your rooms. Okay, just give us a minute. Thank you for your patience.
Mr. Dutters, I see your message. Are you able to join the court?
Yes, Your Honor, I was going to step into the other room while they finish up, just to keep things moving.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. And Mr. Dutters' request was that we have Ms. Felicia Burton on the line. Let's see, Mr. Walker, are you with him? Oh, Ms. Lewis, are you handling this? The DV bench warrant calendar?
Yes, Your Honor, for Ms. Burton's position.
Okay, yeah, she's position number 1 on the DV bench warrant calendar. Are you ready to proceed, Mr. Dutters? Or just let me know when you are.
Yes, Your Honor. If I see Ms. Burton, she's here early, and we're ready to proceed. I've had communication with her. She does qualify for our services.
Okay, Ms. Burton, we're here on a bench warrant was issued for your arrest because you failed to appear at some point in time for a court proceeding. Ms. Lewis, what did Ms. Burton fail to appear for?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Burton failed to appear for her plea and arraignment before Judge Besson on December 15th of last year. And we have her current known address at 1940 Fisher Road, Southeast Apartment 38, but we haven't received any mail that has bounced back to us. So we're assuming that's still her current address.
Okay, Mr. Dutters?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with Ms. Burton, and that is my understanding that that is her current address. I do have a good phone number and email for her as well, and I've been in steady communication. On December 15th, she was giving an FTA. She told me that she fell and had a severe injury on her knee and couldn't walk, and reached out to Miss Aisha Haley, and the pretrial officer told her that she needed to go to the hospital for documentation. She has emailed me documentation, which if needed, I'm happy to send over, that she was in the hospital. She wasn't able to walk, so she had to get there on December 17th. But I don't think that injury will be an issue going forward. As we stated, we haven't had any mail bounce. And for these reasons, we'd ask for the bench warrant to be set aside.
Okay. Ms. Burton, is this court's policy procedure that I will set up aside a bench warrant on one occasion upon explanation? I'm going to do that in your case, but in the future, if you know that you're going to miss a court date beforehand, then you need to contact the court staff or someone to let them know what your situation is before you miss that date, as opposed to after you miss that date. So I'm going to set aside this bench warrant this one time, but if this happens again, the bench warrant won't be set aside. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Good luck to you, ma'am. And Mr. If you'll get that to the court, we'll get it entered.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. And Ms. Burton, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You
Are
too.
we ready to proceed with Mr. Perry's case?
Your Honor, I was just asking Mr. Walker or the specific ASG, if different from Mr. Walker, to buzz me on 2/23/92 so we can wrap up that Perry possibility.
Mr. McLean, I'm the ASG on this case for Mr. Perry.
Okay. Yeah, 2/23/92. If we could talk for just a minute.
Okay, who do we have at 3 South? Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's Mr. Perry. And I know that we had an iPhone at one point, the jail iPhone. I don't see them.
It was position 29, Mr. Walker.
Okay, I think this is Mr. McLean's case also, so we'll be
Okay.
with Mr. Walker when he gets back. Good morning. Are you all here for a case this morning?
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Brian Brunson. I'm an attorney. This is the mother of Christopher Schottenberg. It's on the competency counter. She was hoping to learn some stuff about the case and maybe address the court if Your Honor would allow.
Okay. The competency calendar is at 11 o'clock, so I'm happy to let you do that. We are running a little bit long on the 9 o'clock calendar, so if you'll just be patient with us, we'll be with you as soon as we start the competency calendar, and I'll let the attorneys know that you're here.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Mr. Dias, do you know if are you representing Mr. Dukes today?
Is he on the bench warrant calendar? That might
Yes, he's on the bench.
I believe McLean, Attorney McLean has been speaking.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to, I don't see him on as of yet. It's 11, a little after 11. So if he's going to join us today, I just wanted whoever was representing him to let them know.
Right. I think I believe you spoke with him earlier, but I'll let Attorney McLean address that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I think I can quickly, through the ASL interpreter in a breakout room, convey the offer, even though there are people behind me. I'm simply going to convey the offer so that he understands what the offer is. State has agreed to modify certain things, and I think I know what he wants to do then.
Okay, so you're asking to be placed back into a breakout room. Is that what you need, Mr. McLean?
Yes, Your Honor. It will be very brief.
Okay, you're fine. So if we can put Mr. McLean, courtroom 2, the interpreter, and 3 South back into the breakout room, please.
Your Honor,
Yes,
we have a negotiated plea in the Anthony Perry case.
okay.
It's somewhat different from what's on the calendar, and he is in complete agreement with it. It's a negotiated plea.
Okay. Let's see. And Mr. Hefner, if you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret to the best of your ability in this matter? Okay, and if good morning, Mr. Perry. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor, and good morning.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Perry? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor. This first, the state has agreed to modify the charge to just simple battery, not simple battery family violence. And our offer will be 12 months to serve, 28 days credit for time served, 14 days, balance probated, a 12-week anger management course, and no further contact with Mr. Keyshawn Moore.
Okay, Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, we stipulate to factual basis and venue and identification. Your Honor, we would additionally ask that the court consider a financial break. He is currently unemployed and will seek to get his old job back at UPS, but he has not succeeded in doing that yet. We discussed the means of taking a 12-week anger management class, possibly you can get it done in 4-hour blocks of time. And so we're hoping that as soon as he finishes the 12-week anger management, perhaps that could be non-reporting.
Okay.
He understands he's going to stay away from, not stay away, wrong phrase. No contact is not a problem. And we do have correct information on him for probation contact.
Mr. Perry, it's my understanding that in case 19 CR 006868F, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, it's been excellent, completely satisfied.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, I understand.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Did you have something, Ms. Bickerstaff?
No, nothing further for this case, Your Honor.
Okay. I am going to, given that there's a 12-week program, I'm going to waive 3 months of probation fees to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the anger management, the probation will go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get this done, the sooner you won't have to report to probation, okay?
Okay,
All right, good luck to you, sir.
so may I ask a question?
Let's see, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. If it's just a general question, then Mr. McLean, you need to advise your client. I don't want him putting himself in peril.
Right. If it regards the facts of the case, I'd rather speak in private with you, and I can do that here in the jail after court with our writing notes back and forth like we did yesterday. If
In your
it's,
honor, I'm sorry, go ahead.
if it's a real general question, you know, about how probation works, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what my question is.
Okay, what's his question?
I've never been on probation or anything like that. So I just want to understand, I have to go to the probation office every month? Because then you said it would stop, but nobody said it would start. So I have to report somewhere?
I'm going to come to your cell today in the visitation booth and give you the correct address and phone number information.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, good luck, sir.
And your honor, before the defendant leaves, we can address position 19.
Okay.
The state's gonna know pros.
All right. So if you'll get that null pros to Ms. Champion, I'll get it signed.
Thank you.
And Mr. Hafner, thank you so much for joining us on such short notice. We appreciate your assistance this morning.
My pleasure. My pleasure, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Probation is gonna be off the court.
Yes.
And the defendant's thanking the interpreter as well. You're welcome.
Okay, who do we have next?
Position 29, Mr. Walker.
And Judge, when you're ready, we have an updated announcement from Ms. Fagan.
Okay, let me take the updated announcement first. What is that?
Your Honor, Miss Fagan is taking her case extremely seriously, and she has indicated that she would like to wait until she has an alternative housing placement in order to move before she moves forward with resolving her case. So we are going to work on finding a placement for her. I would request some kind of reset. I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take to find a placement for her. And she understands that it could, I mean, we don't know. She understands it could take a month or two.
But let me just interject, Judge. We're going to ask that it be reset for a week. I mean, we're going to circle back to our social workers from the from Superior Court, from the complex division in our office. Also, I know of a place called Hope Farms that is a small group home for females that have various mental health and also substance abuse issues, which is not an issue in her case. But I'm going to reach out and see if they have availability. But, as Your Honor said, we also don't want to set her up for any kind of failure at any level. And this is really a very tough situation.
Okay.
So, but we don't want her to fall through the cracks. I guess that's also my points in terms of the reset timing. So I don't know if Your Honor will allow a reset, for next week, and we'll be able to update the court or how you think is best. It's best to work that.
I'm always reticent to have someone stay in custody longer than is necessary. And I know that this is a time-served plea. I understand her situation, though, and if you want to, the quicker you all get this done, the better, I think, for everyone. I am on the SAP calendar on Tuesday. I can put it back on a Tuesday calendar. I also think, I'm not sure if I'm on next Thursday's SAP calendar. I would rather handle Ms. Fagan's case personally, since I've already I've spent a good deal of time with it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Give me 1 second to see if
And while we also reached out to the brother to see if he had any insight on where she could potentially live, but we left a message for him. So we'll hopefully have some more information now that we have kind of a sketched out game plan.
okay, let's put her back on Tuesday's calendar. I'm not on Thursday's calendar next week, so if you all think that, if you don't think you can get it done by then, I guess there's no point in putting it on the calendar, but I'd rather see her sooner than later.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Excuse me, Judge, is there any way we can place that case on to next Thursday counter? We have
No,
46 cases on Tuesday.
I understand that, but I'm not on Thursday's calendar. I want to address Ms. Fagan personally. Handle this case. We can get
Okay,
it.
it will be an add-on then. Just everybody let them know that it's going to be an add-on calendar.
That's fine. We spent a good deal of time with Ms. Fagan this morning, and if we do have placement for her, we can get through this relatively quickly on Tuesday.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
I'll see you all back on Tuesday. You also, Ms. Fagan.
Thanks. May we be excused?
Yes, have a good day. Good to see you.
Okay, you too, Judge. Thanks.
Is the victim free to go as well, Ms. Allen? She's
Yes, and you as well, Ms. Allen.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Let's see, who do we have next?
Position 29, Mr. Walker.
Okay.
That's not guilty.
And he needs to be arraigned.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Walker. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Can you hear me, Mr. Walker?
I'm not Walker, Mr. Walker. What's your name? Walker. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Judge, this is not Mr. Walker. I had to go get him.
Okay, who is this? Do we need to take this gentleman this morning?
No.
No?
No. It's the wrong person.
Oh, it's the wrong person. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to South Annex 1, ACDC. Who do we have?
Position 7 and 8, Bonnie Conley.
And this is going to be an arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor. And we'll be waiving that arraignment and I'll file paperwork as soon as we get done here on both cases.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Conley, your case is going to be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Yeah, come on. What's your name? Next, we have Tiffany Williams. And she is position, I believe, 33.
This is a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Williams. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Speak up for me, ma'am.
Yes, and good morning.
Okay, yes, thank you. Good morning to you as well. Can you raise your right hand for me, Ms. Williams? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer is 12 months to serve, 28 days, credit for time served, 14 days, balance probated, a ADET, 6-week anger management, No further contact with Miss Tamaya Williams, that's spelled Thomiyya Williams, in a stay away order at the 3378 Greenbrier Parkway, Southwest, apartment 3106. This is the Landing Square Apartments.
Okay, Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, she asked the court to accept her negotiated plea of guilty under those terms. Additionally, I note that the 6-week anger management and the ADET involves an evaluation, if not treatment. And so I'd ask the court to consider a financial break there. I do not have down here her employment situation.
Okay. I'm going to allow this to go to a non-reporting status. Once she completes the terms, I believe that she should be able to get to the ADET in the 6 weeks in very rapid amount of terms. So there shouldn't be any too many additional fees for this matter, but I will allow it to go non-reporting.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Williams, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 007388J, you wish to plead guilty to battery and simple battery. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You can represent by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Williams. Once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get this done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Position 29, the real Mr. Walker.
And this is gonna be an arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's see. Good morning, Mr. Walker. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Repeat it again, sir.
We're doing this by video. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir. I remember
Okay.
you.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Mr. Walker. You have been charged in case 23 CR 001155D with battery and terroristic threats and acts. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Mr. McLean, do you waive formal reading of the accusation?
We do waive that, Your Honor.
How do you plead, Mr. Walker? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, sir.
If I have a question.
Okay, Mr. Walker, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. I don't want you to jeopardize your case. Mr. McLean can speak with you at a later date if it has something to do with your case, okay?
If I plead guilty, would I take probation? Would I be able to get out today? If I plead guilty, time served?
It's my understanding that the offer from the state, and I'm not sure who's on from the state, but what I have is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 11 days, balance probated, a 12-week anger management class, a stay away from a location, and a no further contact with an individual. So it would not be quite a time served plea. You still have a day or so to spend in custody. That's my understanding. Is that correct, Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, that is correct.
Guilty. I'll take a day. Yesterday.
We'll modify it so he doesn't have to do the extra day, Your Honor, if it's just a day difference.
Okay, so the state's willing to 11 days, so that's 20 credit for times, 12 months to serve, 22 days, credit for time served, 11 days, which means that you will be getting, if you don't have anything else holding you, Mr. Walker, you'll be getting processed out as soon as the jail can process you out, the balance probated, and the anger management class. So do you need to?
And we're ready to go forward, Your Honor, because we discussed all possibilities yesterday anyway.
Okay, so you wish to plead guilty to those charges with that recommendation? Mr. Walker?
Yes, guilty. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see, Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes. So our offer would be 12 months to serve 22 days, credit for time served 11 days, balance probated, a 12-week anger management course, a stay away order at the 6201 Hickory Lane Circle address, and a no further contact with a Miss Jasmine Scott Catrice Collins. Catrice is spelled Katrease, and a no further contact for a Pay Pratt, and that's spelled P-E, and then last name Pratt, P-R-A-T-T.
Okay, Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, in the case of individual Pratts, they may approach some correct venue in the court system to ask for a no further violent contact rather than no contact there. I understand without having that person present, the state is unlikely to agree to that just off the bat.
Okay, I don't know anything about Mr. Scott, Collins, or Pratt. So is there a reason that he should have contact with Pratt?
They would be in a relationship, and I think from what I understand, although I have not confirmed it, that is likely that would be a request for no further violent contact, but I do not have the person present. So,
well, if you can, as far as today goes, if there's been no contact with Ms. Pratt and we don't know her wishes, then it'll be a no further contact. If at some point in the future you want to bring him back for modification, then that's fine. But the sentence today will be, if he chooses to go forward, will be a no further contact with all three of these individuals.
that's precisely as I advised.
I have a question. Put money on my book, and she said that it was okay if I could have
Let's
contact.
not go into all that, please. Let's just leave it. You know the procedure, we discussed it.
Okay, so with those conditions, Mr. Walker, do you still wish to move forward with a guilty plea today to these charges?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. You have been charged in case 23 CR 001155D with battery and terroristic threats and acts. It's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to those charges. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir. I'm coded.
I can't hear you, Mr. Walker.
I understand clearly.
Okay. And are you satisfied with his representation with my question?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? Has anyone forced you to plead guilty, Mr. Walker?
No, sir. Not at all. No, sir.
I will accept your pleas, Mr. Walker. Let's see, and just so you know, until if this is modified, that's another thing. But I don't want you to get yourself into trouble by being in violation of this no further contact at this point. No contact means no contact whatsoever. Okay, so you can't have any social media contact, any phone contact, any contact whatsoever while you're on probation. What I will do for you also is that once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Walker.
All right, I'll be getting out today. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right. Who do we have next, I guess, at the South Annex?
Position 31 and 32, Davina Williams.
And this is going to be a non-negotiated plea?
Yes, Your Honor. I failed to mention what the issue was in the announcement. Basically, she's asking for time served. And I'll explain that.
Okay. Let's see. Good morning, Ms. Williams. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Speak up for me, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Jackson, since this is a non-negotiated plea, do you have Ms. Williams's history for me?
The defendant has 8 cycles. The defendant's last arrest was June the 15th, 2019, for a failure to appear, and that was in Fulton County. Those underlying charges were criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree and burglary in the 2nd degree. There was no disposition listed in the GCIC for those charges. The defendant does appear to have a history of failure to appear. There was one in 2019 and one in 2017. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Bickerstaff? You on mute?
Sorry about that. On the first case, the 2019 case, theft by shoplifting, officers arrived to target at the address of 375 18th Street Northwest, where they were informed that the defendant placed 2 bags of gummies, 2 bags of beef jerky, and 2 bottles of nail polish in her white book bag, and left the store without paying for it. The items totaled to $84.34. And then in the second case, the theft by taking, which occurred on February 8th, 2023. It was at the Central Library, and the address for that is 1 Margaret Mitchell Square. And that is where victim Miss Haley Van Heydrich, she placed her backpack in the restroom, on the restroom sink, and then the defendant shortly followed after her in the bathroom, went in the bathroom, and she took the book bag and left the library. She's then returned to the library, and library staff were able to identify her as the person who took the backpack of the victim, and it matched the victim's backpack that she described. So she was arrested for that. In the first case, the defendant is out on a $1,000 surety bond, and then on the second case, it was a $3,000 surety bond and a stay away order to both addresses.
Okay, this is a plea, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're doing a negotiated plea?
Non-negotiated. She's
Okay.
asking for time served, and I'll give the reason.
And
I'm sorry about that, y'all.
it's my understanding that this is a time served plea.
Yeah, this is my same, Your Honor.
Mr. McLean.
What she's going to ask for is there be no probation. I'll explain her reason.
Oh, okay. So you're asking, okay, all right. So Ms. Bickerstaff, would you place your offers on the table for both cases, please?
Yes.
On the record?
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry about all of that. So the offer for the first case, theft by shoplifting, is for our offer is 12 months to serve 72 days, credit for time served 36 days, balance probated, anti-theft course, and a stay away from Target, which is 375 18th Street, Atlanta. And then for her second case, our offer is 12 months to serve 58 days, credit for time served 29 days, the balance probated, anti-theft course as well, and a stay away order at the Central Library.
Okay. Mr. McLean?
Certainly she can understand and can perform on staying away from the Central Library, and it's a little bit noisy behind me. Hold on. And the Target at Atlantic Station. Her point to me was to ask the court for time served period in the sense of no probation. She lives at O'Hearn House and is anxious to get back to O'Hearn House. There are social work and other treatment, not facilities, but services available there. And she says, you know, I really don't do well on probation. And I'd like to just ask the court to give me time served at the present time, or just straight jail time with an appropriate small number of extra days if necessary. But she would rather have time served and just stay away from those places. Because administratively, it's hard for her to keep up with reporting and classes and that sort of thing. And I think she's being very self-aware and very insightful about what she does right and what her strengths are. Thank you.
You want to tell me about O'Hearn House, Mr. McLean?
I've been there before, Your Honor. It is for people who have some problems, some issues mentally, and through the years, I've been to O'Hearn House several times, and they do have social workers and counselors there. I'm looking for my social worker.
So she's going to reside at the O'Hearn House?
She does, Your Honor. She lives there.
Do you want to weigh in on this, Mr. Walker?
I'm just looking at the 2019 burglary, and I realized that also was at a library. So based upon that, she just had a 2019 conviction for something similar. I don't think asking her to take a theft course is unreasonable at all. I think the class is 1 day. There's no objection to the probation going non-reporting after she takes the course, but based upon her history, her having 2 open theft cases, I think it's more than necessary and reasonable. And I want to say the burglary was at the same location as this. It was that was the East Point Library, but a library nonetheless. So she has a track history of this.
Well, it was my understanding that the burglary and the criminal damage to property, that those were not prosecuted.
It was reduced to a criminal trespass, and she pled out to the criminal trespass in 2019.
Okay. Okay. Anything further from anyone before I take the plea?
Nothing, Your
Honor. Ms. Williams, it's my understanding that in case 19 CR 006018B, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting, and in case 23 CR 000848B, you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept your pleas, Ms. Williams, for case 19 CR 006018B. The sentence is going to be 12 months to serve, 72 days credit for time served, 36 days balance suspended, stay away from the target on 18th Street, and you're to reside at the O'Hearn House for position 23 CR 000848B. The sentence is going to be 12 months to serve, 58 days credit for time served, 29 days balance suspended. You're to stay away from 1 Margaret Mitchell Square, and you're also to reside at the O'Hearn House. I'm giving you a break on the probation, Ms. Williams. I hope you do well with that. Good luck to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who do we have next? Mr. McLean, I just want you to know that it is now 11:42. I don't know if I see Mr. Dukes. He's on the bench warrant DV case with us. So if he's going to appear today, you might want to raise him.
Right. We left a voicemail message on the phone number that was in Odyssey, and that's the best we could do as far as attempting contact. I've never spoken to the individual.
Okay, so it is 11:42, and as such, Mr. Dukes is not here for his bench warrant case. As such, the bench warrant will not be set aside. Who do we have at ACDC?
That's Ms. Sakara Wings.
Yes, Your Honor, Socorro Wings.
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
That's a
Ms. Wings
negotiated plea.
is position number 30 on the calendar. This is going to be a negotiated plea, Mr. McLean.
Correct, Your Honor, negotiated plea.
Good morning, Ms. Williams. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. I swear it will be true for nothing but the truth, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Williams. You can put your hand down, ma'am. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, the state's offer is 12 months to serve, 56 days, credit for time served 28 days, balance probated. A no further contact with victim Bibio Roxana, that's spelled Bibiano, Roxana Roxana. A 6-week anger management course, and a stay away order for the MARTA train. It's train card 404.
You want to stay away from a specific train car?
No, Your Honor, just that MARTA.
Yeah, just yeah.
Is there a stay away from MARTA or stay away from the MARTA station?
It's gonna be the MARTA station. I'll get you the specific station.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, she does agree to the terms as stated by the state and asked the court to accept her negotiated plea of guilty. She asked the court to go forward with that.
Okay, does she have a place to reside?
She sometimes is residentially challenged, Your Honor, but she feels that she can get that 6 hours of anger management done rather quickly.
And can you tell me what happened, Ms. Bickerstaff?
In this case, Your Honor?
Yes.
Yes, so while on the train, the defendant and victim Roxana engaged in a verbal dispute, and this is where the defendant poked Roxana in the buttocks.
Okay. And does she have a history?
Yes, Your Honor. So the defendant has 31 arrests in Georgia, 16 arrests in Florida.
Okay. You're fine, Ms. Bickerstaff. Thank you. Anything further before I take the plea?
They are strangers and there's no problem with the stay away. She says, I poked her inappropriately, apparently, to get her attention. I won't do that again.
All right. Ms. Williams, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 0000868A, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery in a public transit or vehicle station. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I was poking the transfers in front of the train. Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir. I'm just under the influence of some toothpaste from where I had an inauguration congregation.
Okay.
From where I don't feel good. I feel like I haven't ate enough.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, Ms. Williams. You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir. I understand, Your Honor.
Are you happy with what Mr. McLean has done for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. I'm happy.
Has anyone forced you to plead guilty? Did I sign those?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to accept your plea, Ms. Williams. I think that 28 days in jail is enough time for this charge. So the court sentence is going to be 12 months to serve, 56 days, credit for time served, 28 days, balance suspended. Good luck to you, Ms. Williams.
Thank you, Honor Grade.
Thank you.
Who do we have next? Have we taken care of everyone for the 11 o'clock? I still have position number 1. Mr. Dodos, is there an announcement on position 1?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm still waiting for jail staff to go up to Mr. Atkinson. I will need a breakout room with them if they're able to appear.
Okay, and what about position number? Now we took care of that. So it's position, and we just took care of 30. All right, so while they get that done, do we have everybody on the line for Mr. Howard? Which position? I have it, they were released. So I have the last one that we have to do is position 1. And does that go along with everybody else's?
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll come back to that. Let's go ahead and if we have everybody ready, do the 11 o'clock competency calendar. And hopefully, Mr. Dodos, that'll give them enough time to raise your client. If you can, if someone's there that can let us know where he is, that would be helpful. Okay. And gentlemen, are you here? Yeah, no, not you all. Are you all here for a calendar this morning?
Yes, sir. 11 o'clock.
What's your name?
He's moving.
I think he's on the competency calendar. He was released.
Oh, okay. We'll be with you, sir. Thank you. Okay, do we have everyone here for the competency calendar?
I see Mr. Howard, but I'm not sure if he is with us. Let me shoot him a text.
And yes, sir, I'm sorry, tell me who you're here again for.
My name is Brian Brunson. This is Jennifer Schonifer. She's the mother of Christopher Schonifer. And I looked on research this morning and it's still on the calendar, at least that's the way it read on the top here.
13, 14.
Okay, we'll be with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So Mr. Dodos, you need, so we're gonna need 2 breakout rooms. We're gonna need 1 breakout room for courtroom 2. And I take it that this is Mr. Atkinson.
Yep.
Okay, good morning, sir. I'm gonna put you into a breakout room with your counsel so you can discuss your case with him, okay?
Okay.
So if we can put iPhone 2 jail courts into a breakout room in courtroom 2 with courtroom 2.
If you
And
could,
then I'll need to,
my apologies, Your Honor. If you could please PD Angelo Dodos, my laptop, since there's people in the room, I wanted to step out and speak with Mr.
oh, okay. So you want to do that on your laptop?
Yes, I just turned the camera on if that works.
Okay, all right. So yes, put Mr. Dodos and laptop into the breakout room. And for the competency,
I apologize, Judge. iPhone,
yes,
jail court's iPhone 2 and whom else?
and the iPhone or the laptop for Mr. Doder is there. Okay, and so for the competency calendar, good morning, Mr. Howard.
Good morning, Judge.
So we're gonna have Mr. Howard, Mr. Walker. Who else is with us this morning?
I think Miss Amin Williams may be there at the in courtroom 2 at the jail. Is she? Or maybe if she didn't, she may have headed back to the office. But so it may just be us, Judge. If she's, is Natasha still there?
No, she headed back to the office.
Okay, all right. That's
Mr.
fine.
Howard,
So
I
just,
don't mean to cut you off, but Mr. Dinwiddie, family members on there, can you send her a chat about the phone number?
right. I did get it from them, and
Oh,
I
okay.
actually talked with him. Right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so can we go into the, are we ready?
Yes,
to go?
Judge. We can go in the breakout.
Okay, so Mr. Howard, Mr. Walker, and myself.
Yes.
And phone number.
Are we still on? No.
They're doing a breakout session, Duffy.
All right.
Okay, so we're back. Let me just address real quick some of the other things that I had on the competency calendar. I want to, if the, do I still see them on? If anyone here is still on from the Dinwiddie family,
I am.
yes, ma'am. I know that you all were with us. We had a discussion on Gregory Dinwiddie's cases, and I just wanted to let you all know that he is still in the process of going through the process, and we, with counsel, we're working on moving his case forward. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Walker, did you need to sound for someone?
Yes, Maya McLaurin. Are you present? I don't believe so. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and so let's go back.
No, I'm sorry, I am here. I'm
Okay.
here.
So, did you want? Hi, Mr. McLaurin. So the case has been reset. Derek, do we have a reset date for? Mr. Wilburn, that's the one that's out on bond.
Yes, I think April 4th is the date we said.
So the case
For
has been
staff.
reset to April 4th. The court did remind him of the no contact order that's in place and to stay away from your residence. Did you have any questions for
Okay.
the court at this time?
Is there a reason why it's been reset or?
That's just part of
I
the
mean-
process that it takes, getting that's just part of the process, but I can talk to you more after court. But the court
Okay.
would address him and remind him of the no contact and the stay away.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So do I need to stay on
No,
to
you're
talk
free
to you after, or can I just go?
I can give you a
Okay,
call afterwards.
okay, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Okay, and back to the state all-purpose calendar, position 1, Mr. Ken. Then what are we going to do with that case today?
Yes, Your Honor, that's going to be a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Ken Finwa. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
The whole truth, nothing but truth, and the only truth.
Okay, thank you. You can put your hand down, sir. Ms. Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer is 12 months to serve 22 days, credit for time served 11 days with the balance probated, to stay away from the Walmart located at 4735 State Route 138 in Union City, and an anti-theft course.
Mr. Dundas?
Yes, Your Honor, that's our understanding of the offer. Mr. Atkinson has indicated that he will be struggling with housing and finding a job when he is released. So we would ask the court to waive his probation fees. And if there's no objection to switch Mr. Atkinson over to non-reporting status upon completion of the anti-theft class. Other than that, we do stipulate to the factual basis, video and ID, and are prepared to go forward with the plea.
What are the allegations of shoplifting, Ms. Lewis?
One moment, Your Honor. So the defendant was caught in the Walmart where he put on a pair of pants that were in the store and was walking around as if they were his and attempted to leave the store with the pants on.
Okay. Anything further before I take the plea?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Kenneth Finwa, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001138A, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Theft by shoplifting, yes, sir. Criminal trespass.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with the representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes,
You don't
sir.
want to, has anybody forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Is that a no?
No, sir.
Okay, I will accept your plea. Sir this court sentence is going to be 12 months to serve 22 days, credit for time served, 11 days, balance suspended, but you're going to have to stay away from that Walmart. And you can't go back there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think that 11 days of being in jail for what you were accused of is enough time. So don't go back there, okay?
Yes, sir. I will not go back to the Walmart. Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that completes the 9 o'clock calendar. When Ms. Champion is ready, we can go over the calendar.
Okay, position number 1 was a plea. Position number 2 is reset further notice. Position number 3 was a plea. Position number 4, defendant was released, reset further notice. Position number 5 was reset further notice, jail jury with a modified bond of $10,000 good bond. Position number 6 was a plea. Position number 7, reset further notice, jail jury. Position number 8, reset further notice, jail jury. Position number 9 is going to be reset to the 314 SAP calendar. Position number 10 is reset SAP 320. Position number 11 was a plea. Position number 12 was a plea. Position number 13 is reset further notice, jail jury. Position number 14 was a plea. 15 was a non-pros. 16 was a plea. Position number 17 was a plea. 18 was a plea. Position number 19 was a non-pros. Position 20 is reset further notice, jail jury. Position 21 was a plea. 22 was a plea. 23, reset further notice, jail jury. For 23 and 24. 25, reset further notice, jail jury. And 26, reset further notice, jail jury. And 27. 28, reset further notice, jail jury. 29 was a plea. 30 was a plea. 31 was a plea. 32 was a plea. 33 was a plea. And 34 was a plea. And add on position number 1 was a plea. And the PB bridge one calendar, the position number 1, bridge 1 was set aside. Position number 2, the defendant failed to appear. Any questions?
Okay, if not, thank you all. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next time.
Thank you, Your Honor.